all right, this next year, and changes are coming to the 40 acres. Chris Del Conte, he just had his virtual town hall meeting yesterday with all the fans, gave us a bunch of changes. You have everything from, are we going to get grass at Darrell K. Royal Stadium, the practice facility, alternate uniform possibilities, the Oklahoma game, changes to the Dish Falk Field. So we're going to be touching on all that and more in this video. If you like the video, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below your thoughts on the changes. And we will be going over, shout out, just real quick, shout out to Joe Cook on Twitter. If you are a Texas fan, you might already follow this guy. And if you aren't following him, go follow him right now, because he always puts out really great updates all the time, whether it's a press conference or whatever it be. But he was the only Twitter outside of, I think, like Anwar Richardson also had it, but this dude's always on it, always on point, and he had the updates for us, and that's who we're going to be using. So, shout out Joseph Cook. Go give him a follow on Twitter. But, hopping right into the video. With regards to natural grass at DKR, like that to happen, but they're going to start that process after all the other things. And that makes sense. Grass, is it a super important thing? No. Is it important? Yes. And that's the nice thing, is he's not saying, no, we're not going to do this. And then I don't have the tweet right here, but Chris Del Conte and Steve Sarkisian both prefer grass. So that is something to keep in mind when we're talking about this conversation. Now moving on. You got the LED light bar. This is something that Texas fans have been begging for. We've been seeing all these great stadium experiences. Oh, looking all this awesome. Installing this LED light bar is going to take this stadium experience, and this is the thing that you've seen with Chris Del Conte. Everything is about the fan experience. Bevo Boulevard, he added, that has been a smashing success. I mean, Georgia fans are like, I've heard some stuff about Georgia where they complain about the game day experience and how bad it is. We cannot do that at Texas. Whether it's ticket prices, you're gonna. I have it right here. You got the happy hour. I mean, concessions. They are going to have a happy hour thing. Game day improvements. The concessions are going to add 22 more new points of sale in the West Upper Deck. And I'm in the West Upper Deck, and let me tell you something. Or I'm not in the Upper Deck, but the West side, it can be lacking at times. But we have a guy controlling the university and controlling the funds that he recognized this, and he's making it. So we're going to be receiving a new video board also as well. Like I said, that LED light, the entrance is going to be really fun to watch. And by far the biggest update when you're and that's why I made it so big, the practice facility. Gone is the bubble. And this is something that they want done. And this was we knew this before this whole deal happened. Town hall is what I was trying to think of. We knew the bubble was going to be gone. We knew it. I mean, they said that it's been a thing where we want the practice facility done by the time we start the SEC. And that's, I mean, because that thing is an eyesore. It is so ugly. Oh. But they want to get that done first. And you look at that. That's why. I mean, they want to get this, not the grass. I'm saying they want to get the practice facility done before they start messing around with any grass or anything like that. But Texas is starting to take football seriously, and I cannot wait till like the just the smell of the grass, the stains on the jerseys. Like, you don't even have to go into the injury area to talk about the benefits of the grass, but when you do get to the injury area and you talk about ACL injuries and how we lost Troy O'Meary in a fall practice that was held on the turf of DKR. A year later, we lost Troy O'Meary again, ACL injury, fall practice on the turf of DKR. A year later, we lose Isaiah Nayor. By the way, Same profile of a wide receiver, really big guy, big body, can move, can catch the ball. Lost him. In the same way, it hurts. Now, this change right here, I never knew was coming. I didn't even know. But it makes a lot of sense walking to the state. If you've walked to the stadium, you've seen a bunch of stuff on the south side. The south end zone, they're going to be doing a new recruiting facility, and it looks the potential here looks really, really nice with this stadium. Let me see if I can get the picture up for you. I mean, just look at that. You're talking about having recruits go to that before the game. They're going to be. Sorry, I got that in the way, but Texas is taking it serious. We're taking it serious, and if you've walked to the stadium, you see that orange, the big orange with the Longhorn logo. You know exactly where that is, and this is going to be in such close proximity to Darrell K. Royal Stadium that the recruits, the recruit experience is just going to be, it's going to be a knock it out of the park. Like, you would really, really have to screw it up to not land a recruit here in the future. And this is, so all the changes coming to DKR, we'll just touch over it real quick. Just touch all the bases once again. You got grass coming. Now, is this priority order? It's probably lower on the level. LED light bar. That's coming this year. Will happen 2023. Book it. Concessions. Gonna happen. Book it. Practice facility. This is probably priority number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 when it comes to developing and building this stuff. And because, we talked about it. We've talked about it all the time. That thing is an eyesore. But developing this new facility, which what we've seen Texas do, you look at when we renovated the locker rooms, all the rest of the world copied what Texas did for the locker rooms. We basically kind of really set the standard when it came to the locker rooms, doing those $10,000 lockers, $10,000 each. Then just look at the new look at not the renderings, but look at the Moncrief complex and look at how that turned out. Look at how the south end zone renovation turned out. Look at how the Moody Center turned out. Texas, when we go and we've renovated something in the last 5 years and we've changed something, we have put world class up there level. Like, this is so. When they talk about bringing in a brand new practice facility and having an architect go and design it, I fully expect for this thing to have some crazy wow factor, because driving on the I-35 bridge, looking over at that bubble, does that get depressing. And then you talk about this, the recruiting lounge. I mean, Texas, DKR, major changes coming to DKR, and cannot wait for it all to take place and see what happens. Like I said, also things that didn't get seen on here: happy hour, season ticket price. Season ticket prices are going down a little bit, and then the season ticket deadline, March 23rd. Heard it here first. Well, you probably didn't hear it here first, but heard it here. All right, moving on now. This is not unimportant. The Red River Shootout and rivalry, whatever you want to call it, whatever. I'm sorry if the word shootout really offends you and you think that's gonna. I'm not gonna. But the Cotton Bowl, the current contract expires in a couple of years, and there is a want to move the game into a later time slot, and it's just, it's there's no other way to say it. It's a pain in the ass getting to that stadium at 11 a.m. Like, getting inside that stadium at 11 a.m., you really, if you think you're going to be on time, add 30 minutes to an hour early before, and you'll probably be on time. But this is the thing that we're not moving the game from the Cotton Bowl. Get that. People are money, all this, UT, Jerry World. Do you understand? Like, yes, they're not. It's not going to be like they're not going to sell out the. It's not like if they move the game to Jerry World, they're not going to sell tickets. Tickets are going to get sold. It's going to happen no matter what. But do you understand how pissed off people would be, especially like high-level donor people, if we moved the game from the atmosphere that is I mean, there's no other environment like this. I've never been to a game. And maybe there is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put it down in the comment section if there is. I've never seen it. Where you walk into the state fair. You're in the state fair. Boom. You can go to the Texas game. Go to the OU game. Watch some football. Head out of the state fair and you're in the state fair again. You're not in the parking lot. None of that stuff. Like it is like when this is the crazy. When people talk about tailgating for the OU game. What tailgating? It's a state fair. You go to the state fair. You don't tailgate for that game. It is. They're not going to move the game. If anything, the only thing that happens is a time slot changes. That game is staying at. The only way that game leaves the Cotton Bowl Stadium is if the Cotton Bowl Stadium literally, like, cannot actually safely seat all those people. That's the only way I see that happening. But now, on to the next thing that ruffles a bunch of feathers. Alternate uniforms. No. That is the smartest answer you could have ever given anybody. Especially, I mean, now in 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, that may change. Get the older guard out of here. But as it stands, the dudes that are paying money to the university and the meaningful money, that's the answer that they want to hear, and Del Conte knocked it out of the park. Now, am I some stickler for some? We're Texas. We'll never wear alternate uniforms. No, I'm not. I am in the camp. If you look good, you play good. If you feel good, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. That's how I feel about it, and I just really don't care that much. Now, if we were to make a change, right, and go for a more traditionalist look, that look that we had where it was just the all-orange jersey, there's no Texas writing right here, and then even the white one that looks the same, the old-school jerseys, if you know what I'm talking about, that we wore versus Kansas, those things are some bad mamma jammas, and I would love to see those more regularly. Count me in on those alternate. And the funny thing is those are alternate uniforms too. So Texas fans, they're not against alternate uniforms. They're just against non-traditional alternate uniforms. They like the blast from the past, but they don't like the. I don't know what we could say for the future. But now, the final changes that we're going to be going over for this, because this video is we're talking 13 minutes long right now. All right. Baseball. The dish. You know I'm a fan of it. We got the baseball jerseys. Got the baseball jerseys behind me. We cannot not talk about the dish. But, so here we go. Chris Del Conte. Dish Falk Field will expand. Says they cannot expand beyond left field or right field because the roads are city roads. If they do look at expansion, it'll be above the third base line. Now we're going to talk about that one first. Del Conte, if you're watching this video, do not, please, we beg you, of all the things that Longhorn fans will ever ask you, don't ruin left field. That is the culture that we have in left field is one of the most special things in college baseball. Like, it is a concept so anti-UT to allow, like, when people are thinking about the UT, they think about money grabbing, they think about squeezing every last dollar that they can out of their fans. Left field, that's a culture of, hey, these are our most diehard fans. Yes, now, most of those people, they can afford tickets, they can buy tickets, they can get in, and they're choosing to stay in left field. But if you cannot afford a ticket, you can still watch the game. You can still go enjoy the game. You can have an enjoyable experience right outside the stadium. And yes, there are some places that there's something similar, right? But there is like we have damn flags. Like there's a logo for the left field people. Please don't ruin that, Delcani, if you're watching this video. You're probably not, but on the off chance that you are, just knocking everything out of the park. That'll be like a grittying around the Grand Slam. Now, will we have grass at not at DKR, at the Dish? He's in favor of it. Now, this is, I don't know, where I said earlier, Sark wants grass, I don't know about David Pierce, but I can assume he probably saying yes. The only reason why I could see you want turf, and I've played on a lot of turf. I've played on turf. If I have the choice between turf or just an absolutely like clean, well-manicured, well-kept infield of grass and dirt, give me the well-manicured grass and dirt all day, every day. Now, are you going to get the perfect hops? No. But like, sometimes is a ball going to hit a lip and is something funky going to happen? Yes, but that's baseball. But what's also baseball is getting dirty. You know, when you lay out for a ball, get all that dirt on you. Like it's a different feel. It feels artificial when you're playing on turf. It does. It gets your knees more tired. It wears you out. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things. And the equipment managers are sitting here saying, please move away from turf. Because getting that rubber pellet stain out of the turf, out of the pants and jerseys, that's damn near impossible. Like, I remember my coach actually asked the UT managers, he was like, hey, how do we do this? How do we get our jerseys clean? Like, how do y'all, they're like, buy new ones. You know? So, when it comes to cost maintenance and all, just go to grass. Go to grass. Open up some, like, agriculture fields and all that stuff. And, by the way, if Steve Sarkisian does the dang thing, we need somebody said this in a Twitter space, we need a L'Oreal School of Fashion. Pronto. All right, everybody. These were the changes. Let's just recap these real quickly, okay? So we got grass, DKR. Love it. Not super high priority, but it's happening. Light bar, happening in 2023. Love it. Concessions, love it. Anything that like in what we're talking about here. I just want to expand on this real quick because you may be going, what's the deal with the concessions? Like, why is this important? Have you ever been waiting in line for a hot dog and you're like, I just want this hot dog? It's not that hard. It's a grab thing. I just want to grab it and go. Well, let me introduce you to the grab and go 22 no points of sale in the West Upper Deck. You just literally grab your item. You wait in a short line. You put the item on. It's the coolest thing. You put this item on the little table. It has a little camera. It scans all. It looks and tells you, okay, we got a hot dog. You got some nachos. You got it tells you everything that you got. Boom. Here's your price. Pay for it. Get your stuff and leave. Is it easy? Is it probably easier for people to steal stuff? Yes. Is there somebody watching over so it's harder to steal stuff? Yes, a little bit. Are people going to No, we're Texas fans. We don't do that shit. You know, I mean, like, and if you are going out there trying to take advantage of this stuff and take advantage of an easier process and try and steal, no, just, you know what? Find me. I'll pay the $5 for your hot dog. Okay, please. Now, got off my rocker a little bit there. Concessions, practice facility. I mean, you can't love that enough. Recruiting lounge, again, here's what it looks like. This thing is going to be like, we are the Joneses. Red River time slot, love that change. If they can do it. If they can't, oh well. Alternate uniforms. I mean, there's a lot of fans. I tell you right now, there's a lot of fans that agree with that. Like I've already told y'all where I stand on that. And then the changes that are coming to the dish. I mean, Del Conte hit it out of the park. There is a change that I do not have on here, men's basketball. He asked if he would ever open, there's like this upper deck that if you notice we close it off. We have like these banners that we put on it. No, never going to open that, and I agree with that because you make the experience as intimate and compact as possible. You make that thing like the Oklahoma State football games. All right, everybody. Hope you all have a great day, and hook.